Hey guys, hope you guys are having a good night. Today I'm going to be walking you through some software that I wrote for Python that uses SQL to query a data set. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about the data set that I'm using. So I am using from Kaggle.com this data science and STEM salaries data set. This is actually a pretty cool data set. It's got 62,000 plus entries for salary records for top companies. It came from levels.fyi. I didn't collect this data set. It is from this gentleman here. So credit goes to them. But these are some of the fields that are being stored in here. We have a timestamp, company, level, title, total yearly income, location, years of experience at the company, years of experience in general, a tag, base salary, and a couple of other things in there as well. So really cool. Let me show you the code now. So this is what we've got. First of all, we have the data set stored in a CSV file. Looks like this. Lots of stuff. Like I said, 62,000 plus entries, 62,640, because the first line is just the column data. And then we've got the Python code right here, and I'll walk you through this. Actually, I'll walk you through this after I demonstrate the code working. So this all just runs in the command line in the terminal. So you can run it by doing Python main.py. That's the name of the file. And that pulls up our menu here. We have some options. We can pick one of those. Let's just do the view data. That's just our general view it all, unfiltered, nothing. And that asks, hey, there's going to be 62,640 results. And let me just do that right now. So we can say, yeah, display all of them. As you can see, there's a lot and we won't be able to see them all. So this isn't very useful to us. So I'm going to stop that and get the code going again. Set that option. Do you want to just display some instead? Like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's just do 500. And it will grab the top 500 of that data set, just the first 500. And like you can see right there, there we go, results. We've got our data columns here, and then it's got our stuff. So the first entry is Oracle product manager level 3. Their total pay for the year is 127,000. There's their salary and bonus and location. And there's a lot of big companies in here, like you can see Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Intel, Twitter, all of them. So that's just general data. We can also hit option 2 to run a query. I have a whole bunch of pre-built queries in here. So the first two will sort the list between like just most paid overall. That one's kind of fun. Let's do that. So let's just see the top 5 most paid overall across all those companies. So we've got Facebook, product manager, level 9, and look at that. That's nearly $5 million total annual income. That's crazy. And then Microsoft not far behind, Google, another Facebook, wow. And I'm not sure what Snap is, but still cool. And then option 2 here is really interesting. The least paid overall. Let's just do the 5 least paid. This is according to US dollars, but we've got places in Jakarta, Indonesia, India, and Nigeria. So this is a global data set. And yeah, look at that. That's crazy in comparison. So we can also do by company. So let's pick by Apple. That's option number 3. There's 2028 in Apple in this data set. We don't have enough room for that. Let's just do top 50 in Apple. And there you go. We've got top 1 there. You know, that's a pretty meager salary. $1.5 million a year. You can do the same thing with any of those other companies listed there. Amazon, let's try that one. We just want to see the top 5. And boom, there you go. And this splices the list after it's already been sorted. So this is the top 5 paid overall. We can do custom too. So let's say we want to see, let's look at Netflix. Why not? There's 268. Yeah, we can view all those. So here's all the entries in the data set. Looks like a lot of California jobs. Yeah, wow, $893,000. That's crazy. And then we can also do by location. Let's check Idaho Falls. Sadly, there is nothing in this data set. We could check Boise though. There are 43 results for there. Micron is a big one. As you can see, HP as well. But then if we go into somewhere like San Francisco, there's almost 7,000 results there. So we do the top 5 there. And you can see, yeah, those California pay, that's pretty nuts. We can also do a custom location. That's option 15. We can search for Rexburg, Idaho. And surprise, there's nothing in this data set, at least. We could also do most paid by job. So let's find the most paid software engineer across this data set. Let's see who it is, top 5. Facebook, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Apple, Facebook, VMware, there you go, represent. And Facebook again, they're dominating there. Software engineering manager, a little different, but actually higher pay, as you can see on average. So you can see a whole bunch of really interesting things here. We can do custom search for a job. Computer engineer, I don't even think that is one that's in this data set. Yeah, no, but you can search for those. Yeah, no problem. And then we can hit 0, go back to the main menu. We have the functionality to create a new record. I'm going to name this company my name. Title, software engineer. Okay, level 99, total pay $100, base salary 50, bonus 50, location. We'll put them in Idaho Falls so that we can find them pretty easily. Years of experience, 1. Okay, cool. Right there it says record created. So now we can go back to our queries and we can run and search for Idaho Falls again. And look, there we go. It created our record there, which is great. So now we can also update a record. So let's do that one. Reese, job title, software engineer, level, I put 99, total yearly pay, $100. What would we like to change? Let's give them a raise, total pay. Let's do 100 grand now. It's a pretty good raise. Update successful. Let's run the query again to check. And there you go, total pay is now 100 grand. Yeah, it's a nice raise. Okay, so that demonstrates creating and updating. We can also delete. So looks like that raise has been a little bit too intense for this company. So we're gonna have to cut them off. Software engineer, level in the company 1, total yearly pay 100. Record deleted. Let's run a query, see if they're there. Oh, they're still there. That's because I put the level in wrong. That's my bad. So yeah, that demonstrates it's got to be exact, or else it won't do it. Anytime you're working with user input, there's a lot of validating, and I didn't fully implement that. There we go. Let's check that one. Idaho Falls is now empty again. So I deleted them. I can show you. So if you put in text here, it'll say invalid input, pick from the numbers above. If you pick in just a random number, it's still invalid because it just doesn't know that. Same with the run query. You can type in text and it says invalid. Type in a number, it will just display it again because it won't do anything. So yeah, that's the software running. You can exit it by pushing 0 to get out. Now, let me just show you some of the code here. So a lot of this code is displaying to the console, but first of all, we're reading from the CSV file and packing that into an object. Then we're creating a job table with the columns that are appropriate from the CSV file that we want. And then I'm populating the table just using an insert into table and then the values. These are the columns that map to this object. This validate input is a helper. That's what shows if it's a number, if it's a string. Select number of records. This is what says, hey, do you want to see all of them or just some of them? Display results, that's formatting results in the nice table. Then here are the pre-made query functions. So in these strings is all the SQL. Everything else is just grabbing it and displaying it. But as you can see, I didn't have to write a whole bunch of SQL here. Just some basic select statements, putting in some conditions with the where and order by. Yeah, like almost the exact same, just picking different columns there. This is displaying the query list menu, as you can see, and handling the user input. This is a create job function. This is what will create a new job record in the database when the user picks that option. This get conditions is a helper for update and I think delete. Is that, yeah, update and delete. It just asks for what they're searching for. This is SQL code to run an update. I'm interpolating the string with some different values, but it's really just update, set this to this, where these values are the same. And this update job thing right here is just getting the input from the user. This is the delete. So we print the stuff, then we run the delete with this function. Here's the SQL delete from this table where these conditions are true. Very similar. Here's the start menu and handles the user input, and this is main. So yeah, that's all the code there. It's been a fun project to work on. I learned a lot. It was cool to get my hands on this data set and be able to see the power of SQL with querying it and how that can be beneficial with our data. So it's been a good project all in all. I've definitely enjoyed it and learned a lot from it. So thank you guys. You have a good night and we'll see you later.